The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Oklahoma product Baker Mayfield trotting out there now with the rest of this Browns offense.
And, of course, this is his first start in the playoffs in his young career here in year 3. A little bit of an up-and-down start to his NFL career, but it all came together this season, and he rallied his team to the playoffs. And here's a great opportunity to go out and win not just one game, but a lot of games. No guarantees that you get back to the playoffs again in the future. He wants to take advantage of it right now.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And
blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Kwiatkowski able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd down, Mayfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And what an interesting opportunity for this guy, because we know he's not near the I don't think that at all. But he's sort of been lumped in with all those other what-if quarterbacks. Here's a chance for him to carve out a legacy that he's going to be really proud of and elevate his status in the league, starting with this playoff game.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
A first down run with Jacobs won't get a whole lot, maybe a yard, but that's about all, and it's 2nd down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, They also have to have interest in the running game.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And now back out comes the offense.
And, of course, you know, you wondered who would be that team this year to get the number 2 seed, because, remember, as we all know in the past, they'd be home on the couch right now getting ready for the divisional round.
That is an excellent point. Instead now, they're playing for their playoff lives, and they can't worry about the idea that, well, in the past, we wouldn't be playing this weekend. The bottom line is, as the number 2 seed, you do have to play. The good thing, you have the home field advantage. They need to go ahead and play to that level.
And you just know that before the season, they were like everybody else thinking, oh, 7 playoff teams, yeah, add an extra one. That sounds great. And then you find out, oh, wait, we're the number 2 seed that has a disadvantage. Not as happy right now.
Yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 40-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
The 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 29. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this is caught at the 8. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns have taken the early lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And work with me here. Is this overhyped or not? You've got a warm weather team on the road in January, and it's cold. What's the deal? Is that a factor or is it not a factor?
I think a lot of it depends on the personality of your head coach and how you prepare for things. And some things you just can't prepare for. If you're coming from a warm weather site, you can't make it cold enough like it is here in this ball game. But what you can do is just tell the guys, dress for the weather, and then play like we always play. And as the game goes along, typically those guys out there playing, you warm up enough that it really shouldn't affect you quite the same way. Now, if that's all you talk about, if you put that in the heads of your players, it'll affect them in a big way.
At the 27-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. They have 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing his car on 3rd down. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. Now the ball comes loose, and the Raiders pick it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And this one's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And now it's second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And with the snow here, maybe asking too much of the kicker to try a field goal, so instead, offense on the field, they'll go for it on 4th down. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. This pass from Carr taken in by Waller. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Handle Las Vegas, first down.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Myles Garrett just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Carr, they'll try. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was 3rd down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
At at their own 38-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
And try to atone for it here on this drive.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Mayfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, it's a cold night. And whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
He'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give them 12 yards that time at a Las Vegas first. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
First down.
Carr now on 1st down. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Sometimes the visuals don't exactly work out the way you expect. They wanted to let him use his size there and float one up to him, but he wasn't able to get any separation. The DB was right on him and forced the incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro.
I told you, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Hey, we going to do what we do.
That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson.
Still 2nd down.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Operating from the gun, Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. From the gun, Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Henry Ruggs.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
It is no good. That keeps the score.
The Raider defense now, here they are as they get ready to trot back onto the field. And they have the 3 takeaways, but still losing despite the effort that we see on the screen.
And thank goodness for that effort, because without it, they're probably really getting routed at this point. Keeping them in the game as best they can, they've got to increase their proficiency in taking the ball away, because right now they're not getting enough help from the rest of the squad.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. This pass complete to Higgins. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on second down. Mayfield, and he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield with it once more. And finding the tight end Hooper. That catch good for only a couple. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now a timeout.
24-yard line.
7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Rosas' kick is good.
The kick is good.
And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We'll get back to you two in just a second. But first, let's remind everyone what we've got coming up in tomorrow's action in the AFC. We've got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills matching up against the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, nothing settled in our wild card game. It's a tight one as we get ready for the third quarter. Standing by to take you the rest of the way, let's get it back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will make it into the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And the drive starts with a completion left side. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the Traders take a look, we'll step aside. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Carr gives to Rashard. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
They ain't on our side.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The Raider
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 34. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Carr completes it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Into the bar. They'll find Williams on the slant. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
The 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 3rd down, Richard. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
The score, Browns 10.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And now look at him go. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Lining up for the extra point.
1 play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
A run for Nick Chubb. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Corey Littleton.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. at the 14-yard line.
Mike 42. Mike 42, check. Who that?
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield, his pass caught at the 4.
Yeah, the Browns are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
At the 1-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. Corey Littleton in to drop him behind the line for a loss of a yard.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the night. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He's going to float this one deep right side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns deep. Disappointing way to close out the season. You got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit, but they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound.
Look at me, I bet you can't do it like me.